say my name, that's Sam Law. Hear myself when I hear y'all talk. See my kicks when I see y'all walk. Flex on me, y'all ain't strong. Say my name, that's Sam Law. Still on top, yeah, it's been that long. They won't know till I say I'm gone. They won't know, say my name. Hey everyone, and welcome to the That Sam Law Show. And of course, I'm your host, Sam Law. So today, I have for you a guest that I'm really excited about. Her name's Izzy Potter. She's a pop singer from Northport, Long Island. That's in New York. If you've never been to Long Island, well, I feel sorry for you. Come visit us. We got a lot going on here. I think I'm most excited about Izzy because I've stumbled upon her music accidentally. I was speaking at an event for a company, Colored Colors, and she performed. They said they were going to have performers, and she performed this song that made, like, it literally set my heart on fire.
I'm so flattered.
No. You shouldn't be flattered. That's your talent. Your talent has that level of reach. It literally set my heart on fire. All of my friends that came to watch me speak, they were like, oh my God, that Izzy Potter girl, she was amazing. They were like, is she the next Taylor Swift? I was like, listen, I don't do comparisons, but she's Izzy Potter, and we're gonna blow her up, and we're gonna try and make her bigger, or we're gonna contribute to her success as much as we can, because we wanna see Long Island Gen Zers, right? You're Gen Zer, oh my gosh. Do really, really big things. And on the That Sam Law Show, it's important to showcase and promote the rising generation and people that contribute to the rising generation. So Izzy, I know we highlighted that you're from Northport, but how has it shaped you?
Well, fun fact about me is I grew up on Long Island, but I actually lived in Arizona as well. So I was born here and I lived in Huntington only till I was 2, and then I moved to Northport. And I lived there until I was around 9, before moving to Arizona, after we lost somebody in our family that was very dear to us. So that kind of prompted us to move. And we only lived there for a couple years before I ended up moving back because I missed it so much. And I feel like Long Island didn't shape me as much as actually Arizona did, because if I hadn't ever moved away, I wouldn't have kind of like grown up so fast. Kind of when I moved there, a lot of the people were different. The girls were really into like, hanging out with boys and makeup and all that stuff. And I liked that stuff too, but like I was still just like a little kid, and I kind of wanted to fit in with everybody else. So I sort of grew up a little faster than I wanted to. And when I came back home here, it was interesting because I still had the same friends and stuff, and but they all kind of acted a little differently, and it kind of made me grow up a little faster than anticipated. I even use that as like inspiration for my songs and stuff. Like one of my songs, Place Called Home, is about growing up on Long Island here and just being a teenager and the memories that you make with these people and how it influenced me. But I'm very grateful to live in such a beautiful place, and for all the people that I've known here, and I'm definitely gonna like keep all those memories when I go away to school. I'm very excited.
Right, so now I gotta ask, you know where you're going?
I am. I'm going to Nashville. I'm going to Belmont University.
Oh my God, that's where you belong. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I'm so excited for you. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
For
I'm going
real.
for songwriting and music business, and I'm excited for all the networking opportunities and just to play music with people who really appreciate that kind of stuff. The way I do. I'm very excited.
So one day I might see you at the Grand Ole Opry.
Oh my goodness. That would be an absolute dream.
We're calling it into existence, the Grand Ole Opry. We got her mama, she's got a big smile in the audience. She's like, that's my baby.
That would be a dream someday.
Oh, that's so
Manifesting,
exciting.
Praying, hoping it's gonna happen.
Oh, it's gonna happen. This is without a shadow of a doubt. It's gonna happen. You're ready for it. Your heart's open to it, and you're moving in it. And that's, hey, the longest journey starts with the first step, and you're already like full into that journey.
It is my passion, so it doesn't even feel like a job. Like it's just the best thing in the world, just to play music. And that's also what I do. I gig as well, so I play like restaurants and bars, weddings, festivals, anything I can basically I play, and it doesn't even feel like work because it's just so fun, and I love being able to share music with people. It's just the best thing ever.
This girl's got an intense work ethic. Like, she literally comes out of school and then be in New York City. Like, and I'm telling you, Northport to New York City is not like a short commute. It's a drive, you know. And her mom's right by her side, her friends, family.
I'm so grateful for my mom. Her and my yaya, they're literally my roadies. They like help me with all my equipment, and they always come to all my gigs. And I really appreciate their support. Like, I wouldn't have been able to have half of the things I have without that. So
support is a big thing. It's monumental. I constantly think about like what I've done. I'm a lot older than you. But when I think about...
You look 21. Did you turn 21? Girl,
oh, she's flattering me. I like that. We appreciate compliments here on the That Sam Law Show. But, you know, when I look back, I wish that I was as active in my calling at your age, you know? I probably would have been a lot further, but when I look back at where I was like, all right, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna do me, I'm gonna do the things that make my heart skip a beat, and I see where I've come from starting that journey. I'm like, wow, you know, this is awesome. I too was a child. Oh man, I don't want to say star, but I was working as a child. I did modeling and acting, and I was just like, all right. I remember my parents after school taking me to the city to go on go-sees, and I was like 5, so that was like whack. It was like, listen, I want to play with the Play-Doh. I do not want to be on a go-see, you know?
I understand.
But they supported me and they supported my journey, and then I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I want to study. I want to do books. I want to do school stuff. Do not pull me out of school. And but now there's
like,
not.
Wait a second.
Listen, in 2016, I got an agent, and now there's there's not a camera I don't love, you know? So I think about that. I think about the space in between and how it builds character. And I believe when you go to college and you start to perform in Nashville and you start to perform throughout the United States and wherever you go, that you're going to build so much character, and all of that's going to go into your music. And that's something I want to ask you.
Yeah.
So, do you remember a moment in your life where you said that music, this is it, this is all I want to do?
I honestly, recently, I've always loved music. It's always been my passion, but I didn't really kind of have that epiphany until sometime last year that I was like, I really, really need to like actually try and do this. When I was younger, I would always sing and dance around the house. I loved theater and I loved like karaoke and all that stuff. But it kind of seemed like it would be like more like a hobby because I mean, I was like 8, so who knows how good I was. I was probably a bit pitchy, but as I was screaming "Let It Go" from Frozen like in my kitchen. But I was always singing and doing talent shows and stuff. But it wasn't until probably when I was in 7th and 8th grade I started to write my own music. And was it good? I mean, but like, you know, it was a place to start. And actually I wrote Place Called Home when I was 14, so that came out 3 years ago. I mean, well, I wrote it 3 years ago, but it only came out in September, so that's been like a long time coming. So I'm proud of that one, but I think, you know, with practice I've gotten better. But definitely, wait, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought.
That's okay. You were talking about your how, like, if you remembered when music was what you wanted to do.
I do this all the time. I talk and I talk and I talk, and then I don't remember what I'm talking about. It wasn't until I played a gig, it was my first paying gig ever, and it was in Huntington at the Spotlight Art Bar at the Paramount. And I invited all my friends and family, and they all came out. This was in 2021, I believe it was in it was in May. It was the day before my birthday. It was like the best birthday gift, and I had just turned 17 then, and I invited everybody, and it was the best, and I got paid, and I was like, oh my god, a paying gig, like this is amazing. And literally in that moment I was like, I could actually do this as a job, and if I'm actually serious about music, I need to start posting my originals online. I need to start like reaching out and making more music, like so I started recording my EP, which is 6 songs, and it's out everywhere now. It's called Place Called Home, and I started recording that a little bit in January of that year. I had released 1 single, and then I think by May I probably released like 2, but I was like, I need to finish this EP, I need to promote it, I need to start gigging, I need to do all this stuff. If I want to be a musician, I need to be serious about it. So I think I got like 1 or 2 more gigs over the next like couple months. Like it was so slow. And then I was working as a barista at the time, and I was like, you know what? Screw this. I'm quitting my job. I'm doing music, and this is what's gonna go down. So I quit my job, and I had no gigs lined up. I had like no idea kind of what I was doing. And I remember my mom was mad. She's like, you have no money. Why are you quitting your job to do this? And I was like, you know what? Like if I'm gonna do it, I've got to full send it. I've got to take the leap. So I slowly, gradually started to book more events, more shows, more interviews, things like this, which thank you so much for having me on your show as well. I appreciate it. Just stuff like that. And slowly it's just been building from there. And now it's like my full-time job in addition to being in high school, because I'm still in high school. But yeah, I'm really excited to see where it will go. So well, definitely.
I'm excited to see where you'll go as, you know, one of your... As one of your fans, I'm excited to see where you'll go. I really am. I don't think I've had the privilege of watching someone start so young and getting to be there and see them perform, or even having opportunities. To me, the most important part is to even be able to say, hey, I have a stage you can perform on, or I have an event you could perform at. I believe in you, and I want to see the world know you. I want to see them hear your music because I like it and I'm a fan. I want everyone else to be a fan.
I really appreciate it.
No, you're super talented. I was blown away when I heard you sing and perform. A lot of people, I don't share a lot. I share a lot, but I don't go this personal. My dad was a guitar player. You know, he started at 8 years old.
Yeah.
And he's self-taught. He's gone now. He's in the other universe, and he's, you know, he passed on. No, it's okay. But when I see young people like grab the guitar and like take ownership of it, and they're singing and they're creating, it makes me feel closer. It reminds me of my roots and where I came from.
Absolutely.
So seeing you, it's like, wow, this girl's amazing. This young lady's amazing. I just want to see her prosper.
I feel that way as well. My father also passed away when I was younger, so I relate to you in that aspect. And
it's tough. No, it's tougher for you because you were so much younger. I was 28, you know, so I had time with him.
Like, you've had so many years with him. I at least was young enough that like sometimes it's hard to remember certain things, but I still feel him here, and I know he'd be proud. So
he's definitely proud. There's no doubt about it. He's proud. And when you think of like people that inspire you, of course your family, your friends, what's a music artist that inspires you? Who's your favorite artist?
Well, I have lots of favorite artists. I love this question, and I've actually recently, because a lot of people have asked me this question in the last couple months, so I'm like, okay, who are my go-to people who I'm gonna like think of when I think of this? And like songwriter-wise and music-wise, they're some of my favorites, and they're also just so incredible in terms of like their lyrics. I love Julia Michaels. She's a fantastic songwriter. Her, obviously Taylor Swift, amazing. We love Taylor. Writes amazing lyrics. I love her music. She's one of my favorite artists. Lauren Weintraub is amazing. She's down in Nashville, and I love her music. Just really talented songwriters, those ladies, and I love like what they stand for. They're very like empowering, and their lyrics are so creative, and I'm like, can I be you? So those are definitely some of my influences.
You're definitely gonna be up there on the list with them, that's for sure. I remember telling the producer, like, when we first heard you perform, I was like, she's gonna be like in Nashville. That was the first thing I said, was like, she's going to Nashville. So you telling me you're going to school in Nashville? I was like, I called it.
I'm headed down there. I'm very excited to live there.
Hopefully when I finally get to go.
It is a very fun town.
Hopefully when I finally get to go. I'm just saying that for someone in the audience. I'll be able to come and check up on you and see what you're up to.
Absolutely.
Now, so you talk about your EP and you talk about how you started one song 3 years ago. Do you ever feel like you got like writer's block throughout that process? What's the writing process like for you?
Yeah, so definitely when I struggle with writer's block, I'll usually just leave the song. Somebody asked me this the other day as well. One of my good friends, he was like, what do you do like when you have writer's block? I can't finish the song. And I was like, I do nothing. I like step away from it, and I just do anything else. Like, I just go about my day, you know, I work out, I do what I gotta do, and then I come back to it when I'm feeling kind of inspired. But it's also important to like push yourself, because sometimes it's like if I'm writing for somebody else and I have to finish this song, I'm like, all right, you gotta sit down and do this. But sometimes I'll write down exactly what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling in my head, even if it doesn't rhyme or it doesn't flow in like a song manner. I kind of just write it down, and then I pull words from that, and I'm like, okay, we can work with this. And when I was writing the EP, a bunch of, actually all of those songs except for Juniper, I wrote in 8th grade and freshman year of high school. So they're like old. They're new
So you
to other
let them
people, but they're
marinate.
old to me. Yeah. So I'm like, of course, I'm like, oh my God, love like playing these songs. But to me, like, I'm like, oh, I've played them so many times, like for myself, but not for other people. So they always really like that they're new, and I'm like, new to you. But I feel like I'm constantly writing, and every time I write a song, I'm like, this is the next best song I've ever written. And then I write the next thing, and then I'm like, no, and I just constantly want to record everything, and it's like, no time to, do all that kind of stuff. But Juniper was the most recent one I wrote.
The time is coming. I also heard you say, I listened while I'm up here. You said you write songs for other people.
I do, yeah. I'm starting to get more into that as well. I've written songs for a song for my friend Ben Elijah is what he goes by on Apple Music and Spotify. Shout out Ben.
Shout outs to Ben.
One of my producers for my music. So
we gotta have him on the show.
He's awesome. He's great. And I wrote lyrics for his song Youth, so that was great to be a co-write on that. And then I'm working on some other stuff currently that hasn't really been finalized, but I'm starting to get into more writing country music as I'm going to Nashville. I know that that's, that is the heart of country music.
Right.
And I do love country music. I love all kinds of music. So I was like, I'm going to start broadening my horizons outside of pop to see what kind of genres I can play with, and writing from like a male's perspective, or writing about something that isn't just heartbreak, but maybe, different topics and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. We're getting into it.
I like that. You might make some like cool fusion sounds. I'm all about fusion. I mean, you think about Lil Nas X with I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. That was like hip hop and country. Then he got Billy Ray Cyrus, like legendary, whose daughter happens to be Miley, who's a pop artist.
It's all over
and
the
you
place,
saw
but
it,
we
like
love
you
it.
got to see all that influence, and you got to see all the
when genres
cultures
blend.
collide, and I'm excited. So when you get your fusion music, and I'm gonna be downloading y'all. Listen. It's gonna be on my iTunes playlist. When I release my playlist, y'all gonna be like, oh, hi, Izzy Potter. We all about it.
I love it.
So now we're gonna get into some of the we can get to know you as a person. We're seeing where you're headed. We're excited about where you're headed. So now we're gonna get into some you questions. These are questions where we talk about like who you are. We want to know your thoughts. We want to know your thoughts on the culture and just Izzy.
Okay, sure.
In your own words, what do you think is wrong with the dating world for the Gen Z? Are you dating?
I am not currently dating.
Have you been on a date?
I have been on dates. I recently got out of a 3-year-long relationship.
Whoa.
A couple months ago.
You all right?
We're doing better, yeah.
That's like
it is quite long.
for 17, that's a lifetime. Jesus.
Yeah, it was
for
very long.
my age, that's a lifetime.
I have nothing bad to say. It ended on good terms, and I wish him all the best. It just was like, it was time for that to be done, and we're starting this next chapter of our life that's new, and
right.
kind of growing apart, but that's all right, and we're still friendly, so
Good.
I wish him nothing but good vibes, good things only. So I'm very grateful for that, because sometimes relationships can end messy, and
Absolutely.
ours did not. So
Good.
I don't like conflict. I don't like
So you guys
all
are
that kind of
good
drama.
friends.
Yeah, we are. We're good.
Good.
So that's good. But
I'm
yes,
sure-
I have been on dates, good and bad.
So what do you feel like's like, ugh?
Ugh. Oh
Yeah.
God. Ugh on the first date is like, okay, I have like a thing. So I'm constantly chewing gum, and if
Me
people
too.
are
I have
watching
gum in
this,
my
if you
mouth
see
right
me,
now, and that's foul.
you'll
You
know
should
I'm
not
chewing
do
gum.
that.
Yes. No, I'm always chewing gum. I don't sing with gum in, because like if I'm like, and I like
Yeah,
choke.
we don't want that. We don't. No.
But if you know me, you know I'm constantly chewing gum, because I just have a fear of having bad breath.
Oh
all
my
the
God,
time,
me too.
Like all the time.
It's like my worst fear.
That on the first date, like if we're talking and your breath is really bad, and like you try to kiss me, and I'm like, oh God, I
Please
can't
back
do it.
up if you don't have kissable. Listen, guys, Banaka, gum, mint. They're your best friends. But invest.
I'm definitely.
And
with
you
the
might
gum.
get that leg pop
breath.
kiss. The kiss where you're like, and the leg pops, and you're like, oh, she's mine. I got her.
I love it. Yeah, definitely the bad breath. I'm like, Also, just like, I really like somebody who's like a good conversationalist. Like, I'm very talkative, if you can't tell. Probably when I watch this interview back, I'll be like, girl, why'd you talk so fast and so much? But
It's okay.
I like just talking to people and getting to know them, and like sometimes carrying a conversation can be like a little exhausting. You're like, I know, like, you're getting to know somebody, so it
Right.
might be a tad bit awkward. You're getting to know that person a bit on the first date. But, you know, just I like somebody who can, like, hold a conversation and someone who's just interesting, like, stuff like that. So not in bad breath.
All right. So listen, guys, if you want to get to know Izzy Potter, brush your stinking teeth. And also get a few questions. Go on Google some questions to ask on the first date.
What's your favorite color? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Literally anything.
Like something, like nothing creepy. Cool questions that make you know somebody. Like, what's your favorite color? Do you like long walks in the park? What's your favorite Taylor Swift song? These are questions that'll get some conversations going, right? What is your favorite Taylor Swift song?
My favorite Taylor Swift song is probably Champagne Problems.
Yo.
Yeah, I have
That's
so
a
many
classic.
though, but I love that song. That song, the lyrics and the metaphors of that song are just amazing. From a songwriter standpoint, I'm like, that song is fantastic.
I have too many. Shake It Off is definitely one of them. But then there's one where she wrote kind of like after she broke up with what's that guitar player? Yeah.
Yeah. Dear John, are you talking about that song?
Not that one. It's another one. And also the one where she kind of talks about like her life and I wish I could remember.
10-minute version. Love it.
Which one?
The 10-minute version of All Too Well.
See,
some people think it's too long.
No, I can deal with a 10-minute song. Migos has like a 10-minute song that I'm obsessed with.
And we love it. Yeah, it's so good.
I love a good 10-minute song. Fun fact, one of the longest songs in the world is a Sugar Hill Gang song. Anybody know the name of it on set? What's the Sugar Hill Gang song? Hip, hop, hip, hip, papa, you don't stop. That song's like 14 minutes. I was like, whoa, when I heard the whole thing. It was nuts. All right, so enough about my songs. We want to know about your song. So if you did karaoke, what's a song you would pick?
Go-to song for karaoke? Probably, I do both of these a lot. Stay by Rihanna or Dancing on My Own by Callum Scott. I always do both of those when I go to karaoke. Those were like my go-to. I haven't been to karaoke in so long.
All right, I'm going to tell you mine. I'm going to tell you mine.
All right,
you can't laugh.
All right, I'm excited.
If you laugh, all right, we'll just laugh. It's 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton.
No, I love it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that is my go-to song. I've won awards singing that song. And I cannot sing. So you know it's all about the movements and the.
That's all for.
I am not singing. All right, I'll give you guys a little taste. Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces passing, I'm homebound. You got to do that part. If you don't do that part, you're getting booed off the stage, even if you can't sing.
No, I love it. No, karaoke is just going to the bar and doing some karaoke. That's just like that. No judgment. That's just all for fun. It's the best.
It's too much fun. And one thing I like is my person. My boyfriend, he'll actually do karaoke with me. Like, we'll do duets.
Oh,
so
I love it. Spontaneous, out there. Like,
yeah,
it's the best.
We're just weirdos, man.
I love it.
You know, we're weirdos. Okay, so what is one thing we would never guess about you?
One thing you would never guess about me is that unless you know me really personally, I actually know a bit of sign language. And I took ASL classes for like 3 years at Claire School for the Deaf in Smithtown, I believe. Yeah, Smithtown. And I really like sign language.
You met my DJ. He's deaf.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I didn't know if he knew signs.
Yeah. Oh no, he knows it. He taught me how to spell my name.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but he did teach me how to spell my name.
Your
S-A. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. My name's quick and easy. It's I-Z-Z-Y. I could do 2 Z's. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So, that's dope. That's really cool.
It's such a beautiful language, and I love learning about, like, you know, deaf culture and respecting that, and kind of just, it's super cool. And I just, my teacher, she was great. When I haven't taken a class in a while because, you know, music stuff and other things in life, it's quite busy. But yeah, I still remember everything I learned though. Like if I were to talk to somebody right now and we were signing, I'd probably remember most of what I learned. I don't know, it's just like in my brain.
No, I gotta keep you connected with my DJ because that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yes. And all right, the last crazy question. If you could commit a crime and get away with it, what would you choose and why?
Commit a crime?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm not here to commit a murder or anything like that because we're not feeling violent.
Not at all.
I would cry. I like cry if I have a fight with somebody. So I would probably, if I could get away with it, I would probably, honestly, just money. Like, I feel like I'd just, rob a bank because then I could rob the bank, get the money, right? go on a great vacation, like pay for my family to go on that vacation.
Exactly.
I would record more music with that money from the bank. If it was like, if I got away with it and there was no issues, I'd be like, oh, this is going towards the next album.
I'm robbing Jeff Bezos.
We're robbing, no.
He won't
take
even
a jet
notice.
ski and let's go.
I'm just robbing him
Let's
for
out.
one day. Like, just one day of his salary, I'm robbing Jeff Bezos. That's it. There's not going to be a gun. There's not going to be anything like that. I'll be like, Jeff Bezos, give me your money now. And then you're just going to be like, all right, here.
Yeah, no, there'd be nothing
It'll be
violent. There'd be no guns, no nothing. I'd walk in and be like, the money, and they'd be like, okay, you're robbing us, and I'd be like, yeah, here, and then I'd take it, and then I'd leave, and then I'd go record an album, and that'd be that.
That's fair. You'll listen. I'll give it back to you when I'm done with it after I've recouped it. It's just like a record label,
absolutely.
basically.
What would you buy with the money, though? I need to know.
Some peace of mind.
Yeah.
Can you buy that?
You wish, right? I would also probably buy out the entire Barnes & Noble store. I'm obsessed with reading.
Fair.
I love reading.
That's fair. Me, I'd probably I'd go on a lot of trips, and of course, obviously, one of them would be to Nashville. Yeah.
We're gonna go to Nashville with the money.
Oh yeah, that's it. We're outside. Nashville's happening, whether other people like it or not, in 2022.
I love it. I love it. That's awesome.
So, but we have a treat, and before we ask Izzy this question, well, we're gonna ask her this question, then we're gonna go into the treat. How can the audience find you? They want to listen to your music, they want to connect, they want to keep in touch with you as you go through your journey in this music industry. How can we stay connected?
Yes, you can find me on Instagram and Facebook, though I am more active on Instagram because Facebook confuses me, at Izzy Potter Music. That's I-Z-Z-Y, P-O-T-T-E-R Music, like the wizard. And you can find me on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music. If you have an Alexa, the weirdest thing is when like my family's like, play Izzy Potter, Alexa, and she's like, okay, and I'm like, that's so weird, but I love it. Izzy Potter on all platforms. I have a small EP of 6 songs called Place Called Home, and that's out everywhere now if you want to give it a listen. I'd be so grateful, and I just want to thank you so much, Sam, for this opportunity. This was awesome.
Oh, I'm glad you were able to make it. I know it's your day off, and listen, I'm looking forward to the musical,
thank you,
just impresario that you're gonna be, because I know you're gonna take the music world by storm, and I can't wait to keep following your journey. And I'm gonna come and I'm gonna fangirl out, and I'm gonna like hit your mom up like, I need backstage passes. You know, I'm a lifelong fan, and I'm excited about where you're going.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, everybody, thank you for tuning in to the That Sam Law Show.
I wish I had that body, that face, freckled and simple cheeks. She's everything that I hate, but I wish to be. Do I have the crusher and admiration of Juniper and all that she does? Oh, I wish I had that body, that face, freckled and simple cheeks. She's everything I hate, everything I wanna be. And oh, I wanna be like her, like Juniper. Thank you very much.
All y'all enjoy me, the song y'all can step with.